biodynamic farm and it sells raw milk. But, I mean, in England there have been many attempts to ban raw milk.
Yes.
They haven't managed yet, but they're trying to.
Yes.
And I was interested in your view, do you think there are any dangers at all to raw milk? And can you just say a little bit more about the differences between raw milk and pasteurised? And do you think pasteurised is entirely bad, hearing what you say about the temperatures? Or, you know, what are your views about the raw milk and pasteurised?
Okay. You have two things which need here, or you have three things. You have the farming system, and let's agree that hydroculture is poor. Just trying to recapitulate so that there's a qualified answer, because things are never yes or no. Here you have a poor farming system, and here you have a really good farming system. Okay, we move over here, good organic farming. Biodynamic, we don't go into this question today. A good organic or biodynamic farm, we have good milk. Okay, and then the second aspect, how we process it. This is also a range. We can allow pasteurization, which is, in my, I won't say opinion, in my guess, is not harmless to a normal digestion. And then we have high pasteurization is a question of temperatures. And temperatures mean how much the protein is deformed. And this means to which degree the enzymes can come to it and break it down. So you have, in processing, you must stay away from even organic milk which has been highly pasteurized. And it could be that in England, I don't know the rules, could be that it's allowed to use 90 or 100 degrees. And then the third thing, your digestive ability. Can you see what I mean? If you have these three, and then if you do in the milk quality, if you use raw milk, I will give you an example which will show what I mean. In France, in the 50s, there was a huge epidemic of foot and mouth disease, I think it's called in English. And this is absolutely a devastating disease. This is, everybody knows this working in farming. And then when all this was over and many thousands of cows were killed, and then the statisticians started working with the data, what they saw that the closer they got to the coast areas, the less incidence of wood and mouth and foot disease. And it took some time until somebody thinking in a good way saw that this is completely the areas where the farmers for centuries have taken in, what's it called? Seaweed onto the field. And now comes the point which I don't know where I've read it. I cannot say that it's a proof because I cannot here now substantiate it. The interesting thing is if you analyze the mineral profile in seaweed, you know, if you put it through one of these machines and it measures everything from calcium to platinum, you get such a mountain landscape. When you measure seaweed mineral profile and you measure our mineral profile in the blood, they are very close to each other. Yeah, wow! Now we're not talking about selenium or something which is missing. Now we're talking about that we are, let's say, related to the ocean. It's still in our blood. It's still in our blood profile. And then back to the milk. The question of the good milk is simply a question of not the mineral profile, but the protein profile. And this, when we speak about protein, we speak of a broad range. Everything is a broad range, and you need to understand this. As I said, this protein is called keratin. I cannot recommend eating it, but it's protein. And if I was a bottle of milk, one should declare there's so much protein, include this, but you can't use it for anything. My nails are also protein. My muscles are protein. We eat them as steaks like these, but they can be eaten. What I'm getting at is that you have structural proteins. This is here, and this. And then you have nutritional protein. These are called albumins and globulins. These are the ones that count. And the more you feed the cow, the more you go towards poor protein composition. You promote the poor protein fractions, the more you go up in yield. The more you go up in yield, the more difficult it is to digest. My comment is to a good raw milk is that it goes to our digestive system like the seaweed mineral profile goes with the one in the blood. But you cannot find the good milk today. And that's the sad fact. I'm not creating illusions, go out and find it. It's like finding the straw in what's called the needle in the haystack. But if you are persistent, you will find it. You will find organic farmers, biodynamic farmers who want to produce quality. And the second thing, they are surrounded by people who are willing to support them financially so that they can do it. Because ultimately, we cannot just stand here and pour out a lot of sad facts. We also have to say, okay, what can we do then? I think we should close with this remark. Maybe we can go on, not a problem. How can one get real good milk? Let's ask this question. I would say then a group of consumers, this means people, a group of people go together and they start shouting, we want to pay more for the milk, we want to pay more for the milk. And then at some point some farmers will show up and will help them. And then they have to find the right farmer, probably the one who's shouting the highest, and then support this man any way you can. Go and weed his vegetables, help him build a stable, find finances for whatever is needed. Can you follow me?
Yeah. But you don't think raw milk can ever be dangerous then?
It's a strange thing that I talk like this when your question is about raw milk. But the only thing you get the good milk, which is the raw milk from the right farm, is support the man. Because he's not able to produce the good milk without our support. And it's you and me here in this room. You can have, as an organic farmer or biodynamic farmer, you can have such high ideals, and I've been around to many farms, and there's a big heart in most of these people, and they want to produce the good milk, but they can't do it under the economic conditions that they have. So they're pushed from here to here. This is the poor one, right? So you have to make, as a consumer, you have to make an effort. You are co-responsible to put it up here.
Thank you very much.
We didn't get to answer.